All right. So it's Sunday afternoon or just before noon. And apparently we're going to have a game night tonight, which is cool. Not role playing, we're going to play board games. And as you can see on my desk, I've got the Azarian and a couple of Dralicites. I noticed one of them's way bigger than the other one. Let's see how they scale up towards the one I've already got. Uh, well, he's somewhere in the middle. So I guess that just goes to show that Drowsites, like humans and Usarians, come in various different sizes. So there you go. To quote one of my favorite singers, some girls are bigger than others. And some girls' mothers are bigger than other girls' mothers. If you know who that is, then you're a cool person that people like to be around. If you don't know who that is, don't worry. You can fix it. And you can learn who it is. And then you can be cool too. See, it's not hard to be a cool guy that people want to be around. Just, put in a little work. You'll be fine, right? Now I've got the song in my head. Drepton Tobias. Nice. Oh man. I'll give you the trademark firefighter answer to that, which is living the dream. And no, I don't know why that's the trademark firefighter answer, but it is the answer that all firefighters use when you ask them how they've been or how they're doing. I need to look up and find out who invented that. You know what I mean? But yeah, of course, the follow up is nightmares or dreams too. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I have had such an amazing last couple of say month, uh, but it's been bittersweet. My youngest daughter gave birth to my second. Oh, so the Navy does that too? Awesome. Maybe someone from the Navy become a firefighter, and that's where it comes from. But then again, all you Navy guys are firefighters anyway, right? Isn't that one of the first thing they train the Navy guys? Damage control and putting fires out. And I tell you what, I would much rather do the firefighting that I did than the firefighting you guys would have to do. Because at least the firefighting I did, if things got bad, I could get the hell out of the house. Right? Even if it meant jumping through a window or something. But if you're on a cruiser or something and that boy goes up in flames, man, and you're in the middle of the ocean, ain't nowhere to go, man. It's just gonna suck, My nephew, okay, so I'll tell you all the good stuff. My youngest daughter had her second child, a little girl, and we're all very, very happy about that because, we all love, by we all, I mean my wife and I, we love the grandbabies. And of course, she can have as many as she wants, and we'll be super happy with that. My nephew graduated officer candidacy school. He graduated nuke tech school, and he's been assigned to a boomer. He's the I don't know how it works, but he's the junior lieutenant in charge of the reactor team and all that, since he graduated nuke tech. So that's awesome. And he got married recently, and we're really happy because everybody in the family loves his wife. She's amazing. My brother's still alive. That's great. I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better with a lot of things, Um, and I've been painting superheroes and Star Frontiers miniatures and 40K epic stuff. Um, because I've taken a break actually from running games, but the next game I am going to run, we've already decided is going to be Marvel 616, and all of my D&D players have already made superheroes and stuff like that. And uh, so of course, because I'm a miniatures nut, I have 3D printed or purchased various superheroes, not just Marvel, DC, Image, you name it, and been painting them up. Yeah, you got nowhere to go on a ship. I know that sucks, man. But which is why my brother, joined the army. Even though I know for a fact I probably would have had a lot more fun if I joined the Navy, because at least you guys get to go to cool places around the world and stuff sometimes. And when you're in the army, especially if you're an infantryman, you basically get to go to Georgia and more of Georgia, and then, maybe to war, and then maybe to Honduras. You know what I mean? It's like, but you don't get to go anywhere fun. I mean, you're not putting into port in Australia or anything like that. So yeah, I think the Navy is probably the funnest branch to be in, because sure, you spend a lot of time on ships, and that might be whatever, but then you get to party in frickin' Spain or wherever. I don't know. Whereas when you're in the army, man, they don't send you anywhere good. I guess if you're airborne, you can go to Palermo, Italy. Hey, what's up, Big James? And because there's an Army airborne base in Palermo in Italy, and I think that would probably be a great posting, right? But I can't think of any of the other Army postings that I know of that I would consider to be good. So, I mean, I was at Fort Stewart, and then they renamed it, but now it's Fort Stewart again, just like they renamed Fort Benning to Fort Liberty, but now it's Fort Benning again, because renaming Army forts is lame and stupid. And whoever thought that was a good idea should just be smacked. It's like, hey, this fort's been named this name for 100 and something years, but let's just throw all of Army tradition out the window, because I don't know, to appease somebody or something. I don't even know. I don't even know. But yeah, it's gone pretty well. We had one out, one in. My one of my sort of kind of mother-in-laws, not really, but sort of kind of, it's kind of complicated. She passed away like literally a couple of days after my new granddaughter was born. So I was talking about, that's life, one comes and one goes. And now, to be fair, I mean, while it is a tragedy, it's not really a tragedy. She was like 90 something years old. Corman. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh, man. Well, I mean, Corman, that you guys would be the guys they send to back up the Marines, right? I remember reading about that. Like, the Marines don't have their own medics, so they just get Navy corpsmen in there. And then the Navy Corpsman got more medals of honor than the Marine Corps does. Something like that, because, I guess those Navy corpsmen are pretty brave in combat situations, right? They're willing to get out there and risk it all to try to drag some jarhead out of a bad situation. It's like that in the Army, by the way. Um, if you look up the MOS of the people from the Army who got Congressional Medals of Honor, it's almost overwhelmingly medics, right? And it makes sense. I mean, because they're the ones that are, throwing two guys on each shoulder that are wounded and running and getting shot 8 times and, doing all that superhero shit. Yeah, someone has to protect those crayon eaters. Yeah. That's why I always say I have a brother who's ex-Marine or former Marine or however the hell they, how Marines are. They're weird about it. And Nerd's Nerd is a former Marine, and I'm always razzing them about eating crayons, or telling them that their MOS is 11 berm because their job is to go die so we have something to hide behind when we come in behind them to actually complete the mission. But, not 100% true and not 100% nice, but it is a fact that the best Marine division in World War II was the 77th, and they're an Army division. But the Marines loved them so much, they redesignated them. Like, they didn't redesignate them, but all the Marines referred to them as the 77th Marine Division, even though it was just a bunch of Army guys. But apparently they were the ones that did like all of the toughest, like all of the hardest shit when it come to like invading islands like at Iwo Jima and wherever. The 77th Army Division volunteered to do it. Untrackable. We all fell. That is a fact. We all fell. The big thing is to get up. But so yeah, that was basically the thing. I had to go and I sat with my relative and held her hand for hours and talked to her because she was going quick. And then we came home, and then of course my wife cooked a bunch of chocolate chip cookies to deliver to my daughter because that's like a tradition. Every time she has a baby, my wife cooks her like 2 dozen chocolate chip cookies. I think it helps her get over her postpartum stuff, having some delicious homemade chocolate chip cookies in the house. And then I bought a new board game and we've been playing called No Escape, which is basically you're on a space station and you're trying to get away. But there's only one escape pod, and it wins when you get off the board. The first person to get off the board wins. So the whole point is you lay tiles down that are obstructive to all the other people who play. And it's up to 8 people can play this game, right? And a typical game takes about 25, 30 minutes. So you can play a lot of games really quick with it, And I don't know. We may play that. Untrackable, I'm trusting you. If I click on this button, I see a penis, I'm going to be upset. Oh, there you are. That's not penis at all. Hey, that's a nice beard, man. What's up? I can't hear you. Yeah, you're still not. I still can't hear you though.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, homie.
Yeah, I've watched your show over the past couple weeks, and um, I'm thankful. Uh, thank you for having me up.
Well, I mean, now that I see a face, I mean, you can join pretty much whenever. Are you Canadian?
No,
You've got that northern accent. So,
I I have been questioned about where you're from, where you're from, where you're from. Um, I'm very much American. Um, my parents were military.
you don't have to dox yourself or anything like that.
No, not even on that level. But I was born in California, and then I lived in Ohio with my parents moved us there, and then I moved to North Carolina,
Nice.
and then I did the military thing myself. So I did South Carolina, I did Virginia, I did Texas, I did a bit overseas. I'm
So the whole chat is basically veterans at this point. The three of us. We're all vets. I'm ex-army, and as you saw, dropped in as Navy guy. Um, and I tend to, for some reason, of the few people who do watch me regularly, I tend to have a lot of veterans, which is cool. I mean, but
yeah.
I joined in '89, 11X, become a mechanized infantryman when 11 Mike existed, but they got eventually just got rid of 11 Mikes and said, "No, you're all 11 Bravos now, except for the poor mortar guys. They're still 11 Charlies." But yeah, they decided you didn't need your own MOS to like ride in the back of a Bradley. You know what I mean? And so went to Iraq for a little bit, some other wonderful places, but that's what I was talking to him about. Navy, I know people who are in the Navy, and they always say how they had so much more fun because they got to go to like Turkey and freaking Italy. And I'm like, yeah, I got to go nowhere fun. Everywhere I went sucked. But
Well, I mean, I was a 92 Golf in the Army for 6 years, from 2003 to 2009, and
I don't even know what that is. I'll be honest with you.
I was a food service specialist. I was a cook,
Oh, nice. No, we loved our cooks. First
but I
Virginia.
gotta say the most exciting place I got to go was El Paso, Texas.
Mm. And there's my brother, Hungar, who is one of my actual brothers. I have many. He's one of them. We share parents. What's up, brother? Um, well, I will say this. If I remember correctly from listening to my brother tell his trucker stories, because he used to be an over the road trucker, he liked El Paso a lot. Or was it Laredo? One of those places. He used to do like Florida to California to New York, back to Florida, like a triangle or something. And sometimes Texas, and spent a lot of time like that. But
Yeah, I look at it like an education that so many people don't get, and I did not continue on with with that vocation. But I did continue on with the overall. It's like, hey, we will work. We will not be um, left behind. We will do whatever it takes, and It's
You
been
know,
almost 20 years, bro.
yeah, for me too. Um, I have mentioned, and I know that it's probably not an American thing, that maybe every young person who gets out of high school should do a year. But I mean, I'm sure it's probably not something you could do constitutionally or something. But I just really feel like, because I was a complete no good nothing, really. And the army straightened my ass out, and made me a better human being. And I feel like there's a lot of young people out there who are going to get caught up into bad situations, whether it's drugs or whatever. And if you tuck them away from that situation just for a little bit and put them through military training, whatever one, maybe when they would get out, they would completely just dodge that whole bullshit, and go on and be badasses, But um, unfortunately, I don't think you can make people do that. So, I mean, yeah, before I joined the army, man, all the guys I hung out with, most of them ended up dying of ODs and various other things or going to prison for life, Because Florida's got that 3 strike rule. They catch you cooking meth 3 times, you're gone. you know. And a lot of these guys were doing that shit. And while I was always straight edge, I hung out with bad boys. So yeah, when I was 17, my parents signed my ass over to the government, and I was gone. I was like, and I don't regret it. Don't regret it a bit. Best thing ever happened to me, really.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, I was the youngest of three,
Right,
and I came from a military family.
right.
Like every aunt, every uncle, my mother and my father, everybody was military. They all had these stories to tell. And my sister, she was the oldest, and she had this dream, but she she did the get pregnant during high school thing. And then my brother, he graduated high school and he immediately signed up for the Navy. And he quit 2 weeks later.
Uh,
And then there's me. I went off to college, and everybody seemed to have so much hope for me. But I said, fuck it. And I partied the entire time.
yeah, college was not for me. Even with
And
the GI Bill, college was never for me. you know?
and, and, then, and then I wound up in the Army. I graduated high school in 2001. And then in 2003, like, the whole world's going to shit, right? And I have expended my collegiate opportunities, and it's like, hey, I want to get out of my mama's basement,
Right.
and they were offering money. And next thing you know, I'm in the military, and uh, my siblings who were ROTC in high school, they were all about it. They had dreams, and but they fucked themselves. Whereas, me, I was like, I will escape. I will do whatever they say. I have no bones about it. I have zero experience. Take me and get me out of my mama's basement. And that's the road that I went down for 6 years.
Well, that's awesome, though. So, I mean, do you ever do any like gaming at all, or do you just watch because we sit and bitch at each other all the time about whatever we do? Especially when Bears on and everything, we're always talking about everything else.
No, I definitely appreciate games.
Yeah.
Um, over the past month or so, I have been going down a reiteration, probably my third of Red Dead Redemption 2,
Oh, nice.
and I just last night re-uploaded GTA 5 for the story mode.
Is that
Strictly,
Liberty City? Is that the one with Nico Bellic? Because that's my favorite one. I love that one. The
no,
Serbian guy who
it's
comes to America.
the one with the white dude and the black dude and the bum dude.
Oh no, yeah, that's the one where you've got like the meth head, the mobster, and the hood rat,
Exactly,
and they're all
exactly.
like grouping up to do jobs and shit. Yeah,
And there's something to me where it's like playing, being active in the movie because I love movies.
oh yeah. Well,
So
you'll
when
fit
you
in
get to
around
be
here.
active, when you get to be active in a movie, and before these things happened, it was like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare,
Mhm.
Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. You could play them back to back, and it would just be a movie to you. Yeah, yeah, you have to put in some effort, but at the same time,
Hmm.
it's a storyline.
Drepkin was in for 6 years too, but yeah, I like the one. My favorite Grand Theft Auto was the one with the Serbian guy. I think it's Liberty City, and like you go against mobsters and you beat up a bunch of Albanians in the park and various other things, and because you're trying to find out who betrayed your unit during the Yugoslavian war and got a bunch of your boys killed. And you end up dealing with the Russian mob and all this and that, and robbing a bank and hanging out with a bunch of Irish cokeheads. And I mean,
You
it's
know,
just like a super
Mac,
interesting game.
I want to say that that's going to become a thing because this whole banking on AAA titles, uh, triggering us and getting us to pull out of pocket so that way that new systems are worth it. I do want to say it's like, hey, there were some good games 20 years ago that
Sure.
really deserve our time, and maybe I need to take myself back and spend some time with those rather than
I would
go
always recommend
for
that.
yeah. So hey, with the games that I own, but they are AAA titles. Like I said, I'm doing GTA 5 right now. Um, but you know what? GTA 3, um, or even Call of Duty, uh, when it was a World War II type of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to take myself back
Yeah.
because because uh, some of the shit that they're making people wait for, it's like, hey, why don't I just not play with other people?
Well, I mean, I
Why
stopped
don't
playing
why don't I why
altogether.
don't I just go back to that $10 game and just enjoy playing game again?
Oh, 8 and 14. Yeah, I agree. Bear, how are you? What's new
I'm
with
good. How you doing?
you? This is Untrackable. He's been watching for a little while, and we were just talking about video
I
games.
can't hear you, man. You're way too far from your mic. Sorry, I had to turn it down because Untrackable's really hot on his, so you sound really soft now.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I can fix that, I think.
Can you? Can you?
Yeah, I can yell.
Kenya, it's right next to Cameroon.
I can move my mic forward.
That might help.
I apologize.
That's okay, man. You got a big voice.
Yeah, you don't sound loud to me, but
Yeah. No, but it's
you
really
know,
loud.
it's
It was just a
different for
difference in
everybody.
his
But
volume is 5 points. Anyway, would you ask me, James?
just how you been since?
I'm good. I've been working on Valorous all morning. Saw you were on. Said, I'll take a fucking break. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, the United States Postal Service has done me dirty. They shipped my package to the town I live in, and then for some reason shipped it to Melbourne, which is like an hour and 45-minute drive or so, hour and 15 minutes, something like that. And so now it's going to be in Melbourne until tomorrow because you know how it is. I mean, they don't deliver on Sundays. So it's like assholes. I have no idea why they did it because it was literally in the post office of the town I live in. And then they sent it like an hour and a half away. Dumbasses. I mean, it's just, I was talking to my wife about running at some point, maybe the tabletop game Ashes Without Number and using every single one of the apocalypse scenarios that Kevin Crawford describes all at the same time. So, like, there's zombies, mutants, radiation, society's collapsed. So, picture like Mad Max 2, but with zombies and mutants. And then I've even got some like old rusty beat up miniature cars that they could have. Just be like, all right, you're wandering around somewhere, fighting off hordes of zombies and mutants.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But we're definitely doing the superhero game. I'm actually, what you see on the table is all the different superhero miniatures that I'm priming, and I didn't know it, but apparently I've got two Soldier Boys. I've got Soldier Boy saluting and Soldier Boy in the action pose.
Cool.
I guess. I mean, I've got a Harley Quinn too, but I'm not going to paint her like the normal Harley Quinn. I'm going to go monochromatic, like black, white, quartered.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, that's
You have your game today, or what's going on?
we're doing board games.
Ugh.
Oh man, Bear, I think you would love No Escape. You get to draw like terrain tiles and play them on your friends to make them die.
No thanks.
You don't like board games? Come on.
Can't stand board games. Board games bore the living shit out of me. They're literally bored, BORED games.
Well, you're playing with the wrong people.
Nope.
So you don't like Monopoly?
Nobody likes Monopoly.
Nobody likes Monopoly, and things like Monopoly and Risk were the reason I didn't really like board games. And then the more as the new board games came out, they got more complicated and have more parts and more things. I'm like, this is not fun. This is just bookkeeping and annoying, So I'm not into them.
Yeah.
Plus, they kind of bring out the worst in people.
They can, but see, my wife, she generally prefers the very kind of either where everyone's on the same team or everyone's competing against themselves more than each other type games.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, I mean, we end up playing like Splendor, Carcassonne, Azul. Now, I do got a game I'd like to play that she bought for me called Mosaic. And it's supposed to be basically a board game version of like Civilization, where everyone who's playing picks an ancient civilization and you try to build up tech trees and, not get conquered. But I don't know if we'll ever play it. I mean, its average play time is 2 hours.
I mean, we have a hard enough time with Uno.
No.
Yes, yes. Monopoly. It's like, why do you have to be such a jackass and own all the properties and treat people a certain type of way? But
There's only
Uno,
one game worse than Monopoly for ruining friendships, and that's called diplomacy.
Oh, Risk does some damage.
Yeah, Rifts is close, but diplomacy, the whole point of diplomacy is to betray your friends. It's like World War One, doesn't use any dice. How you win battles is you just have more troops there. So there's a whole phase of the game where everyone gets up from the table and goes and has secret meetings with all the other players.
Yep.
Like saying,
But-
I'll send an army over into this war to help you if you do something over here for me. And you make
But-
all these deals.
there are these games where it's like, this isn't an after dinner and we're all going to enjoy the game
No.
type of game. Some of these games, they're called games, but the length that they can go to, it's like it will never end, and it will hurt people's feelings.
Risk.
Risk, but diplomacy, like I said, even worse, because as I told you, there's the diplomacy phase where you try to talk everybody into being on your side, right? But according to the rules, no one is bound to anything. So if I make a deal with Untrackable to do something against you, but then I talk to you later and make a deal with you to do something against him, I don't have to keep either of those deals.
Yeah, no.
So, some people might get their feelings hurt with that game. That game has ruined friendships and marriages and the whole 9 yards. I mean, that is just, it's like every game you think makes people hate each other, that is the crank to 11 one.
And yet
Because-
you ask why I don't like board games.
Yeah, but on the other hand, games like No Escape or Splendor or something where you're just trying to, build a, jewelry business or something like that. That's okay. Sorry, will
Yeah.
make people throw hands. Yeah.
Sorry. Pop-O-Matic trouble. Look out.
Yeah. And then, of course, which my sister-in-law, one of her favorite games, The Game of Life, where you just drive around in a car, getting married, and having like lots of kids and shit. I was like, yeah, I remember that game.
I have to say that I clicked a button, and I have a full I have a full
I don't know if you cut out or what there. Sounded like you did, or maybe I did. My internet. It's starting to rain again because, it's that time of year where Orlando, we get rain every day.
It's 80-something degrees here on the beginning of October. So I
I
made a
just
meme.
still can't believe that.
I made a meme, James. I made a meme, and I want to share it with you because I believe in this meme that much. So I'm going to share it with you right now.
Well, who made the meme about me living in my own private Idaho, underground
know.
like a potato?
I don't know, but this is the meme I made for today.
Well, you and I are in the meme. Go home, Summer. You're drunk. It is.
Yep.
It is. That's a good meme. I guess Untrackable's internet died out.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, he was.
What the fuck, cat?
He's like, love me or else. I'm a cat.
No, there's a tick on the wall.
Or he's like, feed me.
No, there was a tick on the wall, and he used me as a launching pad to try and get it.
Oh, okay.
But now
I
it's
will
loose
get
somewhere
the
in the
thing.
house.
Yeah, it's got you saying you're living in your own private Idaho, and then it's got me saying underground like a potato.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't know who did that.
I
No.
don't know who did it, but it showed up on my Discord, and I thought it was funny, so I was like, all right. I mean, you know,
That's fair.
yeah, sorry. I mean, Bear said risk a few times, and he's 100% right. I mean, the number of times people just got mad and flipped the whole board and stomped off with risk. Yeah,
I swear to
that's a
God.
game that'll piss everybody off. And then Monopoly, obviously. Diplomacy, that's the more high-end version of let's cause divorces. I've never played Call of Duty Drepton, but
Sorry,
I have played. I used to play Battlefield 1942 and stuff like that.
No, I don't play any of that. Therefore, I have no interest in any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Red Hulk guy keeps making fucking tagging me in posts on.
Is he still mad
I
about
don't know. No,
America
he
and
tagged
Canada?
me joking. He tagged me joking about balls the other day on your channel. What's going on with this guy? It's getting weird.
Joking about balls.
Remember, Shadow was talking about his brother being in jail, and you were like, "I don't think I want to talk about your brother anymore." And I was like, "I don't either. Let's talk about balls." And I just went off on a little tangent about balls being amazing. Yeah, he fucking posted that. Weird dude, man. Just a weird dude. I know he's probably watching because he watches your channel, but like, seriously, dude, leave me alone. I don't want to be tagged in any of your
I
shit.
think he's just an older ex-military guy talking a little.
No, James, there's shit I can tell you offline that I'm not going to talk about publicly. I'm explaining why.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will say this.
I don't know. Maybe that's not Red Hulk. Maybe that's someone else. It's just weird that the topics Red Hulk was getting upset about are the ones this other guy on Twitter is tagging me in. So it could be two different people. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I
will say is that I like big balls.
Who is that? That AC/DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're talking about like parties.
By
They're not actually talking about balls. They're talking about balls.
I know. Is Drepton the guy that was here?
Drepton got a birthday party to get to. Talk to you later. Drepton Tobias has been listening for a long time, but rarely has managed to catch me live.
So that's not the guy that was here and dropped off.
No, that guy was untrackable.
Uh-huh.
And he's just a dude that he's a ex-army dude, and he wanted to drop in and say, hey, but I guess his internet died on him.
That sucks.
Yeah. I told him when he put the thing in to join, I was like, I'm taking a chance on you because I don't see your face. If there's a penis here, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a, bearded dude, ex-military, talking about games and stuff. But I think he's a video game guy more than a role-playing game guy.
Cool.
And that's fine. I play my share of video games, but I play Dune and stuff like that. But I stopped playing a lot of the first person shooter stuff when I started getting vertigo all the time. So because getting old, to quote the Rolling Stones, what a drag it is getting old.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're going to be painting minis while we talk, I'll keep working on Valorous while we talk because I'm just doing.
Well, that's good because you can tell me
layout touch-ups.
Oh, layout stuff. Okay, because I was going to say, you want to tell me about different systems and stuff, knock yourself out. I got to do with Doc. We're going to do probably not an online, an offline interview where, I'm going to ask him a shit ton of questions about his game.
Oh, cool. I'm supposed to have him on my channel too.
We should do that with you too in Heroic. Like sit down and do a little. Tell me about Heroic, Bear. Let's talk about it.
You know what?
We could do it right now if you want.
I'd rather not, if that's okay. I'm tired of. I don't like. Listen, here's the thing you gotta understand about me. I'm not a self promoter. I don't like pimping my stuff. I don't like shilling. You know what I mean? And I'm so tired of talking about Heroic because it's the only topic people have wanted to talk to me about for a year. I would rather talk about literally the fungus that grew between my toes this summer. You know what I mean? Like that's way more interesting a topic to me these days. I don't know why. I'm just so
I'm a little interested in that too. Like you had fungus grow between.
Well, it's like
what was going on there?
Right? It was athlete's foot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's a secret you might not want to know. Pee on your feet in the shower.
Yeah, I know. No, it was so fucking humid. I remember I told you I had what looked like an infection between my toes.
Yeah.
Well, when I finally got to the doctor and she took a look at it, she's like, it's un champignon. It's a mushroom, which is what they call it in French. So instead of having to be on antibiotics and worry about losing my foot, I just had to use this topical cream for 4 weeks and solved
to get that fungus out of there.
Yeah, cleared it out. It was because it was so fucking humid here this summer. It was crazy humid here.
I'm just so I've learned so much talking to you. I had no idea it ever got 100 degrees in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, really? That doesn't even make sense. You're so far north. How's that even possible? What's going on here? But hey, I believe you, though.
It's the sun.
Yeah, but the thing is, like Alaska never really got hot.
Yeah, we're much further south than Alaska.
Okay. That makes sense.
Jesus.
But we still went swimming and stuff. Yeah. Because after the winter being so cold, 70 degrees was like, oh my God, we're dying over here. 70 degrees. Hey, George saying you had trench foot. Hey, man.
Yeah, I had trench foot. There we go. That's what we'll call it.
Well, trench foot is a thing that happens when your feet are wet too long.
Yeah.
They get infected and effed up. A lot of World War I soldiers, like almost as many as got taken out by actual combat, got taken out by trench foot.
Yeah.
And that's why when you watch any American-made Vietnam War movie about Americans, like the first thing they tell you when you get in country is like, change your socks. Like, you're always got to carry like tons of socks and like every chance you get, change your socks. Wear dry socks all the time because the Mekong Delta eat the foot right off of GI. You know what I mean? Eat the feet. So that's like the lesson America learned from World War I. Change your freaking socks all the time.
Yeah.
But I doubt you had trench foot.
No, I didn't have trench foot. No, I just had an athlete's foot little mushroom between my toes that basically created a blister of water. And then when the water blister burst, there was a red spot. So I was very worried, obviously as a diabetic. And I went to the doctor and found out what was what.
You don't want them cutting those toesies off. You want to keep them little piggies right where they are.
Well, and my buddy's mother just lost a couple of her toes to her diabetes, So it's like, it was on my mind.
Yeah. My brother lost one of his toes, even though he tries to say it wasn't the diabetes, but I know.
What does he say it was?
Ingrown
toe fairy?
Ingrown
toe fairy? He says it was an ingrown toenail?
And I'm like, yeah, they don't cut your whole toe off for an ingrown toenail.
No, they just
the toenail. But
and if it's really bad, they'll remove the toenail and then they'll
like cauterize it or something.
Well, they scorch the bed so that they can't regrow if it's too,
right.
Yeah.
But I love my brother. He just, that is the problem. Even when I was a firefighter, is so many diabetics refuse to comply.
Yeah.
With what the doctors tell them. So, like, if 90% of my calls were medical, 60% of those calls were diabetics.
It's got to freak you out a little bit, the amount of diabetes there is in Western civilization. Like, that's not normal. You know what I mean?
That's kind of what our health department's arguing about right now. Because apparently back in the 50s, a doctor could practice for 40 years and never see a kid with diabetes.
Think about this. Back before World War II, a doctor could practice for years and years and years and not have to deal with someone who had a heart attack. And then suddenly it took off. It became a big thing, heart attacks.
Right.
Diet. It's all diet. Hey, Haas.
Hey, what up? Why you gotta throw me under the bus? I'm over here minding my own.
No one was thrown under the bus. I was just stating the fact about how people don't like to admit certain things because it's hard. It sucks. No, it's like nobody likes it when their doctor tells them from now on all you can eat is like flavorless oatmeal.
Boiled chicken.
And boiled chicken. I mean, nobody likes that. That sucks. So, humans, one of the things we're best known for is our ability to be in denial of like reality, even when it's right in our face. And I've seen a lot of that.
What's that?
Exactly. Reality, it's what you make of it, right?
Yeah.
Reality is a double-decker bus that will hit and run your ass right over. And it does not care. It's like gravity. You know what I mean?
Reality is a double-decker bus driving through a tunnel that's only 8 foot tall.
Yeah. I mean, you can have all the positive feelings about the outcome of that you want, but reality is going to kick you in the dick because, new heroic NPC bad guy, trans fat. It's a really fat trans person who can give people heart attacks. That'd be funny. I think no, Bear wouldn't do that because, Bear ain't trying to be offensive to anybody, and that's good.
That's what
I go on Bear's channel to be a joker, but not to be offended by anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that James guy, or Jeffrey, I thought I recognized him from your game, but
Jason.
You're right. He was sitting so still when you said, oh, it's a cutout. I was believing you.
Yeah, it's Jason.
He sounds like he is from the deep south.
He's from Alabama.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's like the old South. That's like Parabellum South or whatever they call it,
Interbellum South.
Yeah, that's like lots of slaves and stuff like that.
He's a Bammer. I like Bammers. Like every time I meet Bammers, they tend to be very nice people.
Well, Hungar took off because his internet sucks.
Did he take off or did he just disconnect?
He disconnected. Yeah. People from Alabama are super nice, but people from Birmingham are assholes. Yeah. And I think it's just a city thing. And I think it could be said for like every city, Because, I mean, people from upstate New York are really no different than hillbillies, except they have apple groves all over the damn place. But then you get into the city and all of a sudden, it's like totally different thing. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you on that for sure. It's just so weird how country folk tend to trend conservative, city folk tend to trend liberal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be, but Now, a long, long time ago, literally everyone I knew, including myself, was a Democrat. But we were Southern Democrats. And back then, the Democrat Party's whole platform was keeping the coal mines open, keeping the mills open. They were the party of the working man, right? Like you never heard any Democrats talking about any weird stuff. It was always, we're going to make sure that, you guys get raises and those coal mines never shut down. And, we're going to take care of you, the working man. And at some point, they stopped being the party of the working man and become the party of like the weird intelligentsia.
Yeah.
And now it's like they actively hate the working man.
Yep.
And used to, they were the party of the, like my entire family had to flip because it was like, these guys don't like us anymore, whereas back in the day they loved us. They're like, oh, coal miners, we love you. And then all of a sudden they're like, we're shutting down all the coal mines. It's like, well, that's a hell of a flip, man. You remember Learn to Code?
Yep,
Yeah, all you West Virginia and Eastern Kentucky coal miners, all you got to do is learn to code, man. You'll be fine. It's like, wait, what? So did it ever occur to you that, one, there's no way to learn to code when you live in rural Kentucky? And two, maybe I didn't want to learn to code. Maybe I liked being a coal miner because I'm crazy or something. I mean, whatever. Yeah, Hungar. I remember we went to the courthouse to register a vote, and he told the guy he's a socialist, and the dude looked at him like he was out of his mind, and was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm a socialist," and the guy's like, "Okay," and put it on his card. Like, oh man, that was funny.
I can't believe Hungar did something trolly. He never does that.
Oh, he's trolling the U.S. government and probably all the socialists that thought he was a socialist.
Or, either that or he's just trying to get some socialist poontang.
Well, that could be true too. I mean,
thing about that Arcturian poontang is
right. The one you had was a male. Well,
socialist. The thing about that socialist poontang is the one you had was a male. Yeah, well, when it's socialist, you can't really guess.
Yeah, it's socialist. It don't matter.
Could go either way, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody posted a meme and it had like a picture of like 70s high school like girls sports team.
Oh yeah.
And it's all like, remember when girls didn't wear a lot of makeup and they were just naturally beautiful and there weren't a lot of big ones and etc. And then someone posted immediately under and said, and no balls either.
Yeah, no, I saw that one. It said no tattoos, no excessive makeup, and then someone posted underneath, no balls.
No balls. I was like, wow. Yeah, I saw something on YouTube last night I never thought I'd see in my entire life.
Balls?
No. You remember, I was in the Army. We used to have to shower in like one room with 40 people.
Yeah.
And the room was not big. It just had nozzles sticking out of all the walls.
Well, so what'd you
Hey, Doc, what's up, homie?
Hey, Doc.
I saw a guy in an inflatable frog suit protesting in Portland and fighting against
I saw that guy.
ICE and getting the vent that lets the air into the frog suit full of bear mace.
It's brutal.
And I'm thinking he is trapped in that plastic bag and the air vent is full of whatever that they use in the squirt bottles. I'm like, that has got to suck. I mean, I went through the Army where they put you in the room full of CS gas and then the drill sergeant comes by and flips your freaking gas mask up so you get a big face full of it. And that sucked.
Yeah.
So being trapped in a bag full of it, I can only imagine that'd be the worst.
Doc, you joining us there, buddy?
Yeah, Doc, if you need me to repost it, I can. I will. I was just telling Bear that you and I are going to do a thing on your game at some point in the future. And I offered him the same thing, and he said, no, get effed.
I didn't say that. You lied.
No, you didn't say that. You said you're just tired of talking about it.
No,
your little the thing you were doing last night, I was having a lot of fun.
What thing I was doing last night?
Just your chat.
Oh yeah, that's all it is now.
I
It's just
popped in
hanging
on
out.
it.
It's literally not about gaming. It's just a bunch of old people and whoever shows up sitting around talking shit,
Oh yeah, I was having a good time. Everybody was cool. We're all like chatting around about whatever. I mean, good stuff. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, it was fun times. It's the way I like it.
Yeah. Then
Hey, Doc.
There he is. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. Excuse me if I'm a little distracted. I'm setting up my restream for the game later.
Oh, you're
nice.
having your game. Let me know how that goes. Oh, wait. No, don't let me. I don't care.
Wow.
He knows why. He knows why. No need to say it out loud. He knows why.
I said because I've been bad and not been getting to the top 50 or 40.
No. How about you don't even bother participating in the recap between either of the games you play in?
People keep jumping on it. I was the guy in the Conan game. Somebody's on top of it.
Apparently the Conan game was all about it for you. This one can go fuck themselves.
No, I've added stuff. I don't have a ton of time for stuff.
Sure you don't. You kill chickens.
Yeah, them chickens ain't going to kill themselves.
Yeah.
You have nothing but time.
It's not like he's waiting around for them to self-delete or something, Like he goes into the big chicken house and just puts on like I don't know, the
Morrissey. Yeah, exactly. Morrissey. Yeah.
Just like leaves a bunch of sharp objects around.
I was only joking when
Don't make me break out the Joy Division.
Oh, love will tear us apart. We have too many dead chickens. Stop playing Joy Division. Play some New Order.
Which is even worse when you realize that behind that really catchy dance beat,
it's
that
like a song about being abused by your girlfriend.
It's like, you got that catchy, awesome dance beat kicking in.
How does it feel to treat me like you do?
But
it's got a great beat, man.
It does. And it's so weird because I saw a thing where they were talking to the surviving members of Joy Division, which become New Order.
Yeah.
And they were actively going out of their way not to be gothy.
Yep.
They wanted to be like club mix songs. And then all their shit was like, yeah, they were played in the clubs, the goth clubs, because just because they had the I feel something, the one where the guy's talking about Bizarre Love Triangle. That's the one. And it's like, well, maybe if you don't want to get played in goth clubs, stop making freaking goth music. It's like Ian Curtis may have died, but his spirit lives on because
clearly
you're doing everything he would have done.
So it's kind of like why I like what's it called? Erasure. I like Erasure because they're just happy gay, unlike Depeche Mode, which is very angry gay and upset gay. But the thing is, if you go listen to like Depeche Mode before the guy left to start Erasure, Depeche Mode was happy gay.
What song did Erasure do? Because the band name sounds very familiar.
Was that Personal Jesus, or did he do that with Depeche Mode?
No, Depeche. That's the thing. Okay, so that's the problem. Once he leaves Depeche Mode, we wind up getting to Personal Jesus. You know what I mean? We go from everything counts in small amounts to Personal Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. Your own personal. Like, whoa, calm the fuck down.
There's a Johnny Cash cover of that.
Yes, there is. Blue Savannah is my favorite song by Erasure, but they got a bunch of stuff, dude. You'd have to go
say the name again because I talked.
Blue Savannah is my favorite Erasure song, but they have a ton of stuff.
What was the most popular song on the radio?
Oh, I don't know. Let me go find out. Well, they weren't really a big radio band.
I have heard of them, though.
Everyone has. Erasure's biggest hit. A Little Respect. Classic synth pop from '88.
Yeah. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a
That's
little
the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a happy song.
He was a happy guy.
Right.
And everybody left behind in Depeche Mode were just like really dark and depressed about everything.
Yeah, he left them alone, and the next thing you know, they're singing "Stripped."
Well, he left.
See you stripped.
Well, he left because of that, because they were constantly getting into fights, him and the other guy, over what they should be doing as songs. and the other guy wanted to be like super intense and gothy, alternative. We're Depeche Mode, and the other guy's like, I just want to have fun and make songs people can dance to, bro. So he did that. He left and did that, and Erasure's a great band.
Yeah, they are.
Very gay band.
Unless like I go to the show and somebody pulls somebody's pants down and starts filleting them on stage, I don't care.
Oh, so you've been to a Guar show? Oh, good for you.
No, Guar is the ones that come out and spray you with blood.
Out of the giant penis that they just pulled out of the other guy's pants and then masturbated and filleted on stage for your benefit until blood shoots out of it. Yes, I've been to a Guar show, sir.
To be fair, Rammstein did that too, except it wasn't blood. It was like water out of a giant, like 9-inch dong that he pulled out of his pants. But
9 inches? That's rookie numbers. You got to Guar it, 6.5 foot tall cock.
Yeah, Guar was definitely doing their thing.
Definitely.
My Life is a Limp Bizkit song. Yeah. Did it offer the Nookie? Yeah, I would think it would be more like I'm going to do it my way would be your song. But I understand how no one else on the panel probably knows who Limp Bizkit is. So.
I know who Limp Bizkit is.
Yeah, they like to.
As we used to call them in Montreal, we like to call them Limp Brisket.
They like to pretend they're from New York in all their videos. They're from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They're a Florida band.
They also sucked.
You know what? Their guitarist, though, is absolutely awesome. And every other band he's in, except for Limp Bizkit. It's like so weird,
What's the name of the guy that's the lead singer for Limp Bizkit?
Oh, God.
Fred Durst or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, poser.
And one of his claim to fame is he found the guy that ended up being he did like It's Been a While, and so he sung a bunch of really depressing music, but he was like homeless, and Fred Durst heard him and was like signed him. So that was cool. But like Violent Femmes were literally busking on the side of the road when they got found.
Fair.
Like a producer just happened to be driving by and they're like, what is this? And he pulled over and got out the car and listened. And then after they were done, he was like, hey, would you like to sign? I'd love to produce an album. They're like, yeah. So you get, do you like American music? I like America. It's like, what are they even doing? No one even knows, right?
They were big, though.
Yeah. My favorite song by the Femmes, though, is Kiss Off. The whole 1, 1, 1 because you left me, and 2, 2, 2 for my family, and 3. And he's talking about all the drugs he's taking, to try and make him feel better about life. He's like, you can all just kiss off into the air. Behind my back, they talk and stare. They'll hurt me bad, but I don't mind. Right? They'll hurt me bad, but they do it all the time. Yeah, Stained. That was the name of that guy. And Fred Durst found him. And then another connection is Limp Bizkit's, the guy who was doing all the record mixing, whatever, scratching and all that shit, was the same guy from House of Pain.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. When House of Pain stopped for a while because I think their lead singer went to prison, he ended up hooking up with Fred Durst, DJ Lethal or whatever he's called.
Everlast went to prison?
Yeah, that's why he stopped rapping. He got stabbed in the neck with a pencil and it effed his vocal cords up so bad. So then you get that one song where it's like Whitey Ford sings the blues and he's all like, his voice is really rough. And he's like, then you might know what it's like, because, yeah, his voice got all trashed.
Gee, a white guy from Boston who thought he was black got stabbed in the throat and went to prison? I don't believe you, James. I don't believe any of this. This sounds like propaganda.
Right. Like,
I liked that band for about 10 fucking minutes.
Well, I mean, it's like it's a great band that just got played too much.
Well, yeah, because all the fucking white wannabe black guys suddenly had anthems they could listen
They
to.
did too. Jump around.
Jump around, jump up, and get down, jump. Like fucking Christ!
Especially if you had an Irish last name. I mean, shit, that was your anthem.
I worked in bars as a bouncer when that shit hit big. Trust me, I got more than enough tough white guy bullshit out of that.
Yeah. It's kind of like that skit that Eddie Murphy did about the little Italian guy going and watching Rocky, and all of a sudden he thinks he's like this badass.
Twizzler, I'll have a Jujube and a Snickers, and the movie's gonna pay for it. I'm sorry, what did you say, little white man?
And it was like that.
Yeah, I believe
like anybody whose name started with O or Mick or Boyle or any of that, they're all like, "Oh yeah, now's our time. Our time has come."
Finally.
Except the difference is Irish guys actually will and can fight.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the only thing they do.
Well, they're like trained from like 6 months old.
Right? It's like you're born in a family of 10, but your mom only makes enough food for 5 people every day. So, you know.
Yeah.
All right, boys, only the strong survive. Get with it.
Every sperm is sacred.
Oh my God, I was thinking that.
Yeah, we can't stop you from being born, but we can get rid of you right quick.
I'm selling you all to medical science. Now I've made up my mind.
The Catholics versus the Protestants. And like the Protestants were bitching. It's Monty Python. They're
bloody
like,
Catholics bringing bloody
Catholics,
children into the bloody world
babies.
they can't bloody well afford to feed.
Don't they know they could just go down to the corner drugstore and get a condom?
What do you mean, Harold? Every time they have sex, they have to have a child. Well, isn't it the same for us? We've only had sex twice. We have 2 children. That's not the point. The point is we could have sex anytime we wanted. We could.
Yeah, she's all like,
I could walk down to the pharmacy and say, Tom, I want a condom. In fact, today I think I'll have a French tickler. Oh, why don't we then?
For I am a Protestant.
The thinking man's religion.
And then when it shows the Irish house, she's like washing the dishes and the baby just falls out.
Oh, get that, would you, dear?
You know? But the funniest part is actually the reaction of the Protestant's wife.
Yeah.
Because he keeps talking about all the sex toys he could get, and she keeps being like, excited about it. Like,
I don't hit them.
Yeah. That is the best.
Oh, word, you're pissing me off right now.
Words are?
Word.
Well,
Fuck, it's pissing me off. Okay, I'm going to have to do this differently.
Remember,
than I
use
wanted.
your words.
I use my word.
Yeah. Man, Monty Python. What a hilarious bunch of guys.
Yeah.
There's never been anything else quite like that.
And to their credit, they were never super woke either.
No.
John
Cleese has made some vicious fun of that, in fact.
I don't think that even existed when they were around.
Oh, yeah. Dude, absolutely. There was a whole...
it wasn't called that, but...
It wasn't called it, but yeah, dude, you're talking about the whole hippie movement was in full swing at the time.
That's where all that came from. All those little shitbags became fucking college professors.
One of my favorite skits is like... it shows like this British redcoat soldier, and it's during the colonial period, so he's got the white pith helmet on. And he's like, join the army, they said. See the world, they said. And he's like surrounded by dead Zulus and shit. He's just standing there.
I love it when he taps the guy in the shoulder and he just like slides apart in pieces. Oh, the zipper knows. Oh, you'd get so much trouble for doing that now.
Yeah, you're like, no one said I'd be spending 3 hours fighting the whole bloody Zulu horde or some shit like that. That was a good skit. That was what was that?
That was
That
in
wasn't Life of
much.
Brian. That was
No, it was Much Ado About Nothing. No, was it Much Ado About Nothing? Anyway, it's the one where the Tiger Brand coffee is a real treat. Even tigers prefer it to real meat.
when the one guy got his arm tore off by
His
a
leg.
tiger.
It's his leg. His leg is torn off. What happened here, Johnson? I don't know. Must have been a mosquito. Bloody big mosquito.
The British are so calm about it. They're just like, huh.
Oh, no, it was a virus. They said it. Yes. Perhaps I should level with you. A virus is what we doctors call very, very, very small. So small, in fact, it could not possibly have made off with a whole leg.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll just grow back then.
Because I guess they were like in the Raj or some shit, and a tiger ate that guy's leg.
No, they're in Africa, which is the whole point. It's like a tiger in Africa. You know, like they're sort of like, what? It's during the house. It's the whole Zulu joke. It's during that whole fucking Zulu joke they do.
Yeah. And my other favorite skit is from Life of Brian, when he's standing in the window and he's like, "Don't listen to me. You are all individuals." And you hear at the very back of the crowd, I'm not.
Exactly. I'm not.
I don't know. Something about that is, to me, just hilarious. It's just like, oh my goodness. Just like so contrarian, you know. You're an individual. No, I'm not.
Yeah, no. It's one of my favorite bits. There's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 where they're watching this movie called what's it? Space Mutiny. And in the scene at one point, the evil council's having a meeting, and the evil leader goes, "Gentlemen, it appears we're not all in agreement." And then Mike pipes up, "I disagree." It's just like, fuck. I have been waiting my whole life to be in a corporate meeting where someone says that, and then I get to go, "I disagree," just to watch their fucking heads explode.
So we are in agreement?
I just disagree with you in general.
Just in general, for no reason, right? And then, of course, everyone's favorite, always look on the bright side of life.
Life's a piece of shit when you look at it.
Yeah. You're born, you live something, and then you die.
Leave them laughing as you go. Enjoy it. It's your last laugh of the hour. This thing is pissing me
so
off.
Good. And then, of course, the one guy from that show was in Faulty Towers, which was
John Cleese, yeah.
Hilarious. And
that
he
was
had
a
the
great
little
show.
Italian guy or Spanish guy.
Spanish guy. I'm from Barcelona.
The funniest episode of that has been banned in Britain. You can't watch
Germans?
it there anymore. The Germans.
They banned the Germans?
You cannot watch that in Britain.
Why would you ban the Germans?
Because it's racist.
Don't mention the war. I did once, but I think I got away with it. I take your orders which must be obeyed at all times.
We're the same way here, though. Like Community, the D&D episode. Yeah, they've made that where you can't see.
Why? What? I've never watched that show. What happened?
Because what's his name? Ken Jeong is a drow, so he's painted up in black. And in the fucking show itself, in the show itself, the black girl goes, "Ain't no one gonna talk about this race crime, this hate crime over here." You know, and like so they make a joke about it being a hate crime, and then the fucking you know what?
And of course, it's the Korean guy shows up and he's like, "My name is
Autolycus. Autolycus.
Drow wizard, baby.
7 magic user, baby."
Yeah. and he's dressed like a drow.
Autolycus. It's a Brutalicus.
Got the white wig on.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course, the best part of that is when like the DM and the woman are talking about how she's gonna seduce the elf woman that owns the
yes, Hector the well endowed.
Hector the well endowed, yeah. And you just see all the guys at the table like taking notes and stuff while they're talking it out. It's like,
I should get my buddy who reads lips to watch that scene and get him to tell me what it says.
Yeah. Like, there's some hand signs in there that are pretty obvious.
Well,
like
and
when the woman's like, yeah, fingers, and the guy's like, oh, and all the other guys are just taking notes and shit. And then somebody decided that a guy dressing up like a drow actually was somehow racist.
Some fucking Marxist.
Or dro, because I've had people say it's actually pronounced dro.
Yeah, well,
I think they've said either is acceptable.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, that is one way to go through life.
I don't give a flying fuck what people think. I pronounce it drow. You don't like it? Tough fucking shit.
I don't know. I only
village.
On the internet heard the dro thing. Everybody had always.
That's where I've heard it on the internet.
Everybody said drow, and then some little fucking pretentious snotbag came along. It's basically drow. Fuck off. How about that? Okay, how about that? It's actually fuck off. How do you like that?
Yeah, I've heard on the internet, on Twitter, people being like, it's actually pronounced the same way you would pronounce troll. And I'm like, it's not spelled like that.
Yeah.
That seems weird.
Okay, they're droll.
They're droll.
How
droll. But whatever, people, you named it. Someone on the internet decided they were going to prove how much more intelligent everyone else in the whole world was.
I'm incapable of talking to women, so I'm going to do this as my way of being honest. How smart I am? You're all stupid.
Yeah. And it's sad that that's a thing that does happen.
It really is.
That
sad.
people do that. Do-do.
People are do-do. People do-do. People do-do.
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 What was that book they were trying to sell for new parents? Like Everyone Poops or something.
Everyone poos.
So that you could explain to your kid.
And then the Family Guy gag on that was hilarious. Yeah, we need a book for our kid about pooping. Oh, well, here, Everyone Poops is a classic. No, we're Christian. Oh, here's one about it's okay that you poop. No, we're Catholic. He's like, oh, here's the book. It's the title of the book is that what's coming out of you is pure evil, and you are evil, and you should have known.
Yeah,
there was a Star Trek meme about that with Vulcans for kids. Pooping is logical.
Pooping is logical. Yeah.
Everyone poops.
That's funny too, because then Peter starts his own religion in one episode, and his dad gets really, really mad. And at the very end, the Church of Fonzie, and at the very end, the church collapses, and they're all like, Peter, Chris, and his dad are just standing there talking about shit, and just out of the blue, like one of them says, Madonna, she sure is a whore. And the other two are like, yeah, that's right. She sure is.
We can all agree on that.
Like they can all agree with that, They're like, yeah, she is a massive whore. And it's just like, well, they all got together in the end, found something they could agree on.
Oh,
Madonna is a whore.
It's the Children of the Corn. Fucking Peter kills fucking Hanson. Ah, crap! It's the Children of the Corn.
Yeah,
I fucking love that.
I had a friend in the army. He did a bunch of door kicking in Iraq. He said that was their that mbop was their song of choice when they broke into houses.
You mean by the
by Hanson?
Hanson,
because he said like most guys like play metal and stuff, but they're expecting that. Like if you go bursting into something like that or the Partridge Family, that's what puts them on edge.
Oh, fuck just happened.
Yeah, when I was in, we didn't kick indoors. We just caught a tank in. And they were like, we think there's bad guys in that house. And then one would be like, boom, no house. Yay! And on you go,
Something interesting I heard when they did the first big tank run at Baghdad at the beginning of the war.
Mm-hmm.
They had all their M1s. Everything's in perfect shape. They have complete air supremacy, perfect, ideal logistical chain. Nothing is fucking with them. A third of them didn't make it there. just due to mechanical problems. I had no
see,
idea
the
how
problem with
touchy tanks are.
the problem with our beloved M1 is it might be a great tank in a lot of ways, but that jet turbine engine, which runs on kerosene, so awesome, right? It sucks sand in, and then it's just what you imagine, right? The sand abrades the blades off of the turbines, and now your tank sucks.
Yeah.
That's why the most modern variant they're coming out with exchanges the turbine engine for a big ass Detroit diesel, because they finally got a big, internal combustion diesel engine that can produce the requisite amount of horsepower you need to move that 70-ton thing across terrain, right? And they're getting rid of it because, yeah, man, they were like, I can tell you, because we had Charlie Company 464 attached to our regiment, or battalion, actually, not regiment. They were constantly changing the engines in those M1s. Like the whole time we were there, I was there for a year, and it was like the mechanics, that's all they were doing is changing M1 engines, like all the time, right? Meanwhile, our Bradleys had those big ass Detroit diesels in them. Shit, that thing could go forever. Keep fuel in it, didn't matter, So, plus the engine itself is in an armored box inside of the vehicle itself. Oh, we lost Doc's sound.
Doc, you're muted.
Doc muted himself.
Yeah, I know. I'm on restream with one of the players right now. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, have fun. I bet it's the player that I don't.
So yeah,
talk about.
He is 100% right though. The M1 tanks suck all that sand and grit up into that turbine engine, and it just eats them up. Just eats them up. So the new one's going to have a conventional engine. It'll be way better, So. Yeah, I think we talked about that, how the United States spent like billions of dollars to develop the next tank that we're going to use. And at the end of all that money being spent, they're like, yeah, we're just going to upgrade the M1 because nothing that they could invent was as good as M1. So they're just like, F it, we'll just upgrade.
But it's kind of, it's so prissy though. It was made for expecting to fight the Soviets in Europe. So
Yeah.
they're expecting half of them to get wiped out. They really should go with something a little more mellow and easy
well,
to
that's
produce,
why, like I said, they're getting rid of the jet turbine engine and putting an internal combustion diesel in it.
Oh, diesel in it? Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
That'll fix so much of the issue, right?
Because one of the drivers I talked to, one of those things, said like they can go so fast, you basically ruin it in like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You just like there's like no need whatsoever.
Yeah, you crank that joker up and it just starts sucking sand through that turbine engine, and it just on the inside of the turbine engine, of course, is all the blades, right? And it wears those blades right to nothing.
Yeah, because they're acknowledged that they go like 75. He says it'll push like 90 if you like take the regulators off.
I don't know how fast they were going, but I've got pictures in my war book of an M1 whipping across the sandy desert, and it's throwing a rooster tail sand like 30 yards. So that thing was doing at least 50. I mean, it was cooking. And, I was sitting on top of the Bradley watching those guys go, and I was just like, damn. All right. The coolest thing I ever seen is a unit of MLRS pulled up near us. And
that's what I did. I did
that and started launching. And I was sitting there just watching that shit. I was like, wow.
What's MRLS?
The multi-launch rocket system.
Yeah, the rocket artillery.
Or MRLS, the multi-rocket launcher system. However, it's basically a box, and all of a sudden the back end of the box like lifts up and turns, and rockets just start coming out of it. Like a Katusha, but way more modern.
Either it's 12 rockets or 2 missiles, depending on how they have it set up. What's funny is when they fire the missiles, they actually fire them going in the exact opposite direction.
Yeah.
They go a couple miles and they turn around because radars are usually set up to ignore stuff going towards the enemy. It's just otherwise it gets too confusing. So this way, by the time they pick it up coming at them, you've had like 5 minutes to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, because counter battery is a bitch. We had a device to clear landmines, and it actually fired a rocket the opposite direction from the landmine, but it pulled behind it like a bunch of det cord, and it would go way up, and then it would do this whole arch thing and lay down, and you'd have like a couple hundred yards of det cord just laying across the landmine, and then it would detonate, and man, you could be a mile away and it would shake the ground. But that's how you clear a minefield. You know what I mean? They called it like a Mechlek or something like that. I forget, but any hoozle, yeah, eraser, just a little bit, just a little. Yeah, I like that song. Yeah,
that's nice.
I like to enjoy the silence too, though.
Yeah, that is a good song. Here in my arms, yeah.
But I do have to say this. I've always been more of a Cure fan than a Depeche Mode fan. So.
Really? Why is that?
I honestly just like the Cure better. I don't know why.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I like them both an awful lot, but like Fascination Street and, to quote Stan, I mean, Disintegration is the greatest album ever.
Yeah, I think that's overrated, but that's just
me. Spider-Man is having me for dinner tonight. I don't know. I'm a Robert Smith fan. I saw him in concert. Saw Depeche Mode in concert too. That's a good show because Stabbing Westward opened for them.
Yeah, I wanted to go see Depeche Mode, but they found out I was straight and they threw me out.
Well, I mean, I was lucky because I went with my best friend, so they might have assumed we were gay. So we didn't get thrown out.
It's a joke. He didn't really get.
I know he joked.
Okay, I'm just making sure because Doc is a bitter human being. I'm just telling you now.
But I'm saying it was me and my buddy Marcus, and we went, and it was at Lakeland Civic Center or whatever, and it was awesome, because we got to sit indoors in the AC and cushy chairs and have drinks, and we were really close to the stage, and Stabbing Westward came out first. And if I have any complaint about that whole concert, it was that Stabbing Westward did a very short set. I could have listened to about twice as much Stabbing Westward as we got.
Every time you say Stabbing Westward, I'm like, that's kind
Westward.
of I know, but every time you say it, I'm like, that's what my friends thought of that band.
Westward. Well,
yeah,
your friends have no taste.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe they do. They just don't like that. That's fine.
It's a very debatable topic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just were like, some guy screaming with a bunch of like industrial rock. That's not our thing. Okay, I get it. It's not everybody's thing. Fine. But I liked them. And I saw them in concert, I guess, about 6 times.
Okay.
Well, I've told you, I think I told you this, Bear. There for a little while, I think the band must have owned an apartment or a house or something in Orlando.
Okay.
Because you would go to like Thursday night, goth night up on Lee Road, and they would be there playing. It'd just be like, they were everywhere for like, and then of course the lead singer self-deleted, and that changed everything.
Well, as you do.
As you do. Because he can't save you. He couldn't even save himself.
Well, see, this is why he should have looked into his own personal Jesus.
Yeah. Maybe.
Might have saved him there. All I'm saying is that Depeche Mode saves lives.
Someone who understands. Someone who cares.
I got to buy a proper camera.
Why?
This thing's like hanging out to my top of my monitor with painter's tape.
Your own personal.
Yeah, that might be a good reason to get a new camera there, Doc. I'm going to go on a limb.
Someone who cares.
What's going on at your house right now there, James? I hear yelling.
Oh, that's probably my wife watching TV. She's deaf in one ear, I think.
My father used that excuse too. It pissed my mother off so much.
And also, she likes to freeze the water that she drinks.
Oh, yeah.
So then after she drinks what liquid bit of it she does, she spends like 40 minutes just banging the shit out of the bottle to break all the ice off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It's like, okay, get your violence out somehow, I guess.
Well, dude, she's Danish. Good. Let her get it out.
Yeah, get it out.
You don't want them all getting antsy in the pantsy.
Nope, not at all.
Then they
Or
start
giving you
looking
the
at
blood eagle.
They start looking at you like you're a fucking British monastery. You know what I mean? What's in that closet I might want? No, leave me alone.
You're right.
If you scream, you don't get into Valhalla.
You're right.
Who am I kidding? You don't get into Valhalla. Scream as much as you want.
Yeah, scream as much as you like. You're not getting
Enjoy the screams. Enjoy the silence.
Yeah. But as a matter of fact, Depeche Mode would be a number 3 to the Smiths, even.
Really?
I could never stand the Smiths.
Yeah, I think I would.
I have a begrudging respect for Morrissey because he sticks to his guns. He's sensible on something, but his like psychotic, like militant vegetarianism is a bit much. But
yeah.
He's one of the only ones who's like standing up to this with that whole what was it, the Ariana Grande concert where they set off the bomb and everybody's like,
oh, they got
oh
mad
no,
at
don't
him.
be angry about that. And he goes, no, fuck you. These people are insane, murdering terrorists.
Yeah, don't look back in anger and all that. And he's like, he got in a lot of trouble because at one point, I guess he was walking down the street in the neighborhood he grew up in. And in an interview, he said he didn't recognize it anymore. And like people got super pissed. They're like, oh my God, how could he say that? But
because
he was just saying he grew up in that part of London, and it's no longer the London he grew up in. It's a different place.
London is the nicest city in Pakistan.
Yeah, right. So they got mad at him for that. But I mean, the Smiths, though, they had so many like amazingly good songs, though. And no, not just How Soon Is Now. I mean, you know, There's a Light That Never Goes Out is great. Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others. Girlfriend in a Coma.
Sweetness, I was only joking when I said by right you should be bludgeoned in your bed.
Yeah, right.
And now I know how Joan of Arc felt. Exactly.
As the flames rose around a Roman nose and her Walkman started
to melt. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. The ding, 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 ding. That's true too. See, but then The Cure, every now and then they get hardcore and put out a song like Burn. You know, so paint yourself in shadows fall. And then they use it in the Crow soundtrack. Away from you, because every night I call your name. Right. Every night I scream. Anyway, yeah, Robert Smith's awesome. When I saw him in concert, I think he was like 60, and he was still awesome.
I never saw him in concert, but I loved when he came to play in Montreal, and all the goths went out to see him play, and they were complaining the next day on all the forums because he came out wearing a Montreal Canadiens jersey and fluffy pink bunny slippers because Robert Smith has never ever in his life claimed to be goth. Ever.
As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, before he started The Cure, which is supposed to have a question mark on the end, he was like in Susie and the Banshees band as like a drummer or something for a while. Cool. Some shit like that.
Susie and the Banshees. I don't like them, by the way. I'm going to just put it.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're all right.
But if you think about like his first single that he ever put out was on one side, Boys Don't Cry, and on the other side, Killing an Arab.
That was The Cure, wasn't it?
That's what we're talking about. Robert Smith.
Robert Smith and The Cure, right?
I got
and that came out in 1979. So you can't even say they were an 80s band, really, because, I mean, they were out in the 70s.
I like The Cure just fine.
Yeah, they're all right. They got some good songs. Love Song is good. Pictures of You, which it turns out is actually based on him and one of his girlfriends going through a bad breakup, and he was throwing away all the pictures, and he saw, and he decided to write a song about it.
I saw them at the Ritz long time ago.
Yeah.
Were you blue and you didn't know where to go to?
Non-gothy songs like freaking Close to You or whatever. Close to Me.
They were like in one of their weird like quasi-metal phases when I saw them.
One of their later albums was kind of industrial. It was a little bit harder.
Yeah, they were constantly kind of reinventing themselves.
But like Close to You was like a dance song,
Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me laugh, she said. Yeah, I love the fucking Cure.
She said. And
threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it. And I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you.
Right.
Yeah. Great song.
And then Love Song, even though in the video he's sitting in a drippy cave, the whole song's just about how much he loves this chick, and no matter how far away he goes, he's going to always love her. And
well, he eventually married her. So
yeah, no matter what happens, he will love her. So,
Love Cats. Yes.
Love Cats. Yeah. Love Cats. Or what a treat to see you eat in the middle of the night and all that shit. What one was that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sadly, I don't have their entire catalog memorized.
Yeah, he's. I think he's talking about going down on his girlfriend because he's talking about all this shit, and then he talks about to see your feet and your spirits rise, and it's such a delight. I always take a big bite. And all this kind of shit is like, wow, okay, Robert, you do you, man, do your thing.
Fair. So I'm still doing layouts, so.
Oh,
I apologize.
I
apologize. I'm not as engaged as I should be.
You don't have to be any more engaged than you want to be.
Excellent. Then fuck you. Stop talking to me.
No, I'm still going to talk. You just don't.
God damn it! I don't want to be that engaged.
You don't have to be engaged. I told you.
No, I have OCD, man. If you start fucking talking to me, I'm gonna fucking be like, yes, and then tell me more. Yes, please. I need to know. Where'd Doc go?
He's talking to his players. He's got to get ready for his game.
Man,
that's my assumption.
Role-playing games would be great if it wasn't for the players.
Yeah, right. That's like a Randall quote.
It is a Randall quote. This job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
Right.
Hey, cute cat. What's his name? Annoying fucking customer.
Yeah, fuck you, man. They're like somewhere in like some little town in New Jersey just being jackasses to everybody.
Yep.
You knocked the fucking coffin over. Yeah.
What the fuck is all right, let's
Dante, though I don't agree he deserved to be shot in the face. He was kind of a bitch, though.
He had his bitchy moments. Yes, that's true.
It was like, yeah, he was just kind of a bitch.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Okay.
Yeah, he just complained all the time. He didn't actually, appreciate anything.
Well, I believe Randall gave him that entire speech at one point, didn't he?
I know
putting him in his
Silent Bob
place.
gave him the one speech about, there's a lot of women in the world, but they all don't bring you lasagna at work.
No, but I think there was a bit where Randall's like, "Fuck you,"
Oh yeah, they get in a fight. They get in a fight in the middle of
Yeah.
the store.
But it's
And
it's
Randall-
specifically about Dante bitching all day.
Yeah, like that. It is true. Randall's just like all you do is bitch, but you never do anything to make your life better. Like you got this job a couple of years ago, thinking you'd work here while you went through college, and now you've been here like 10 years. He's like, shut up.
Hey guys, I got to run out. We're run out to get food. I want to eat before the game, so I will catch you guys later.
Yeah, you got to have strength to deal with those fuckers.
Oh, absolutely. I might probably get drunk too on that. Get you all later.
Highly recommended. Bye.
And he's gonna go out and grab a burger, and then swing through a convenience store and grab like a bottle of Mad Dog.
Yep.
2020 and just pound it before the game starts.
Dude.
Just be like, woo!
Can't say I would blame him.
Show me how you do.
I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you.
Yeah, if you think about it, like almost every Cure song is actually like a romance song or a love song.
That is fair.
I mean, that's what he sings about an awful lot, is just like being in love, talking about being in love, talking about breaking up.
Feel like making love.
Oh, one of the best bands of all time. What was it? 10 from 6 or whatever? Hell yeah. Got some bourbon and vodka. Don't mix it. I don't think you'll like that very much.
Where I'm from, we call that a bitch quake.
Yeah, Timmy will be like puking on air. Blah! Like,
Timmy!
You don't need any of that.
Why is he throwing up so much?
Dun, dun, dun. Bad Company was the best, man.
Bad Company.
Yeah. And I can't deny. Down. They had so many hits. And then, of course, their greatest hits album was like 10 from 6. And every song on that was like a freaking banger. Bad Company. Until the day I die. Till the day I die. Rebel sons, deserters we are called. Chose the gun and threw away the sun.
And I'm not that familiar with them, but you go.
Yeah.
You go.
Well, I mean, growing up, I listened to a lot of classic rock. That was what was popular with like,
What are chooms?
That is a cyberpunk term.
Chumbada.
Choombas.
Yeah, no one said chooms, you fucking Beaverland bitch. Fuck you. Go back to your fucking mall. Get the fuck out the zone. You don't belong in the zone.
Wow.
Choom. Chummer. Don't waste my time, Chumbada.
Yeah, Chummer is Shadowrun.
No, Chummer's also in Cyberpunk.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I've learned something new today.
Pretty sure. I can go grab it off the shelf if you want and look it up.
No, I trust you.
I don't know. I could be
in
wrong.
Shadowrun, it's what you call like people who are probably going to die soon. Chummer, because of chum,
Interesting.
Chum in the water, etc.
I get it.
Yeah. But I think chumbada is like an African word or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
That just got added to the common parlance. But one of the main gangs in the original Cyberpunk was like all Jamaican and into like witchcraft and shit like that, or Haitian.
Yes.
They were one of those. They changed it in the new stuff for some reason, but in the old stuff, they were like really bad guys. They like, you know, they were into like killing people and selling their organs, and or if you had cyber tech at all, they'd kill you and pull your cyber tech out and sell it. You know, and your organs. They were like really bad devil worshippers and all that.
What a lovely sounding group of humans.
Well, it was a gang.
What a lovely sounding group of gang.
You're right. And then you had the Valentinos, who apparently meet once a year. They're a really loose gang, and once a year they meet, and they all compare who they've slept with during the year to see who's like the best.
Yeah, so then there's the Bradys and the Beavers, and you know. And it's very clear Mike Pondsmith put a lot more faith in 50s, 60s, and 70s TV surviving until 2020 than actually happened.
Right. Well, you had the one guys, and their whole deal was they loved cyber tech like a lot, and they wanted to show it off.
Wait, again, you got a lot of fucking gangs here. You're confused. You're conflating. Be careful.
Yeah, but also got like they were like the Hell somethings, or
well, there's the Red Chrome Legion, which are fucking terrifying.
Right.
You ever want to put your players have a feel of poop in their pants? Send them up against the Red Chrome Legion and watch them
and the clowns, themselves. The killer clowns.
The bozos weren't that bad. Now the fucking Night City Philharmonics, they were fun because I used them in a very interesting way, which was the players got sent in to go take them out from under the opera house. But when they ran into them, suddenly none of their cyber gear could track them. It's like they weren't even there. And if you ever look at a smart gun mount, one of the things they do on those days for the smart gun was they removed the trigger housing, because that's where the smart gun link went. So your brain was telling the gun to fire at a target it could scan. Oh, target fire. But they can't scan them. So these badass cyber warriors are fucking pulling out little 4-shot Derringers that are unlinked, and they're going crazy trying to fight. And when it was all said and done, and they managed to get out, and a bunch of them died from the catacomb, fighting the catacombs under the opera house, they still to this day do not know, were those really vampires, or did they have some sort of cyber jammer? We don't know. That's a fucking good game.
Yeah, that's fun.
I miss Cyberpunk, but I also miss living in a world that wasn't Cyberpunk, so I could appreciate Cyberpunk.
Right.
As opposed to now.
It's like, why play a dystopian game when you literally can just go outside?
I can literally just go to the grocery store, and there's a greater than 0 chance I'll get shot or stabbed. So,
it's like we live in a dystopian world, so
crazy how that worked out.
But Cyberpunk I always liked because I always thought it had the more awesome rule set and everything.
I cannot stand Shadowrun.
And Shadowrun, I kind of liked the story, but I hated the rules.
No one liked the rules.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? They've only gotten worse. It's like if you go and look up reviews for like the latest 6th edition, they're all negative. People are just like, this is the worst version of Shadowrun ever. I mean, you see people online being like, just pick up 2nd edition. Don't play this shit. You know, it's like, and it's just like, wow, man. But Catalyst Games, they're really, I don't know. They just do not listen to their fan base.
Nope.
Because their fan base will be like, look, no one likes this, and this rule. And they're like, all right. And they'll put those rules right in there, buddy. They're like, it's like, yeah, just tell us how to tell somebody to F off without directly saying F off. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever.
Well, I mean, listen, these are the same assholes who were doubling down on the wokeisms, right?
Yeah, they definitely. I think the thing they did that pissed people off is they fired that Pardo guy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing everybody's sort of got up in arms about.
This like activist kept like attacking him because he wrote a book about politics or something. And then after they fired him for what the activist had done, which was horrible shit, death threats, the whole 9 yards, they ended up printing the activist stuff in their Fragged magazine or Shrapnel magazine or some shit.
Yeah.
And it was just so a lot of people, like I know Max Leal did a thing about it, and he was just like, no. And it's
I'll believe it.
It's like, why would you do that? But the person who was making all the complaints was a person who had been born a male but claimed to be a female, and like, so there was a lot of weird shit going on.
Yeah.
But the Shadowrun setting, I always kind of liked it in the beginning, like first and second edition. The whole Indians got magic back and blew up half of America, and forced America and Canada to give them basically everything west of the Mississippi back. And so then America and Canada kind of merged, but Quebec said F that and become an independent, like city state type of thing. And
yeah, I will never understand why you Americans are obsessed with that. Like so many fucking games.
Who wrote that was American.
Shadowrun? Absolutely.
I know it came out in 89, and that was just a thing. So that's how you got UCAS, right? United Canadian American States. I mean, to be fair, he put Canada before America.
Well, it's only right, isn't it?
And then Mexico become Aslan and start.
You boys like Mexico?
I love that. Super Troopers.
Yes, sir.
Woo! And then,
Shadow has never seen that, by the way.
They started worshiping actual Aztec gods and shit like that.
Did you hear what I said? Shadow has never actually seen Super Troopers.
Shadow's never done a lot of things.
For a guy who talks like he was like, running black tar heroin for the mob, he hasn't done a lot of shit. You're right.
Well, maybe he was too busy running all that black tar heroin.
You know what? Fuck, I hoisted on my own petard. Thank you.
He just didn't have time to watch movies. He's too busy trying.
I'd like to watch movies with you assholes, but I got to get to Turkey.
Right. Like, he had saw the video Smuggler's Blues, and he decided he was not going to be the guy in the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that works.
I think Timmy's probably playing Cyberpunk, the online game or the video game.
No interest.
And that's what's got him going right now.
That works.
So, yeah, one of my brothers, ex-Marine, he loves that game. And
I know lots of people love that game
too, a little bit, but I've never played it.
I just had no interest in playing it.
Well, I heard that when it very first came out, it sucked, but now it's really good.
Okay.
Because they've done so many patches and updates and shit like that they find kind of like No Man's Sky. When it came out, it was like the worst game ever. A year later, it's mostly positive reviews now, because as game companies do, they just release that shit way before they should have. And then they got roasted by their own customer base, The Nomads, Nomads are cool. I mean, the Nomads are there for people who really, really like Mad Max 2.
Yeah, if you're really into Road Warrior.
If you're really into the Road Warrior, I mean, you play a Nomad.
Do you see the Interceptor?
Doing your thing,
Just walk away. And I spare you lives.
Lord Humongous. The
Indeed.
Ayatollah of rock and roller.
Indeed.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yes, he was. What the fuck?
And somebody told me that originally he was supposed to be Max's partner from the
Supposed
first
to be
movie.
Goose. Originally it was supposed to be Goose, yeah.
But then they decided, nah, they just weren't going to say. So who knows? Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't.
I don't think he was.
But and what was his main bad guy's name? He had like a really, really simple name like Drez or
Yeah.
something like that.
No.
No,
my puppy. No, my dog of war.
Yeah, I love that shit. And you know what the craziest thing is? Like in the whole movie, I think Mel Gibson said like 12 words. Like in the whole movie, it was definitely under 30. It's yeah, at one point he says, I saw a tanker like that a few days ago. If you want it, you got to talk to me.
You want to talk to me?
And that's kind of all he ever said, really. You know? It's like, but he didn't need to say anything, you know? That was the whole point. He didn't need to say anything. All he needed to do was just be a broken man wandering the wastelands, you know? Which is why he was.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Yeah.
You know, I'm realizing stupid.
You and I have talked about this, and I've said a billion times, I don't understand why the guys in there didn't cut a deal with Humongous to like trade.
They were boomers.
And be like, look, you bring us like supplies and parts for cars and shit like that, and we will give you 50-gallon drums of gas. And both of us will be happy with this deal. It's called trade. Maybe we can bring civilization back. You know what I'm saying? And then I happen to think that probably Lord Humongous would go for that, you know? Like,
there's no trade. There's only Lord Humongous. Now surrender and give me that gas.
That fat tank of gas, right?
Fat tank of gas.
But see, in that way, they could have went out scavenging and doing what they do anyway, and then they could have came back and been like, you know, we got all these carburetors and catalytic converters and shit. How much gas do we get for them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the guys inside the place could have been like, yeah, we'll give you X amount of gas. Boom. Done, you know?
No, I mean, look, obviously, but then there would be no fucking movie, and that's why that didn't happen.
Yeah, it would have made the movie really boring because then Max would have had to be the guy to start all the shit. You know what I mean? Like Humongous and his crew and the guys inside the little they're getting along great, and Max shows up, just F's it all up. You know, like probably not as good of a movie as, you know. I know as a kid that was one of my favorite movies. But being who I am, there were some things I didn't understand, and it really bothered me because of the inefficiency of the whole thing. Like, one thing I really disliked is the grape scene because he shoots her, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, why would you shoot her? Why don't you keep her? I mean, you might want to do stuff again later, right?
Yeah, but apparently there's plenty of them, so you don't need to, and therefore she's not a resource drain.
See, that's a good answer, but I just feel like keep her around, you know?
Yeah, maybe Lord Humongous said no, and therefore you get what you get on the field, and that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's true. I just think it's very inefficient.
I'm not saying that Lord Humongous had an efficient system, sir.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not making the case for our Lord and Savior Humongous. No. I'm just saying that there may have been considerations that are not necessary for us to know about.
It's like, what, you guys don't have slaves or something? You just got
Clearly
throw
they
away a
don't.
perfectly good human?
Apparently, they just have ladyboys on the back of their motorcycles.
I mean, anyway.
Listen, if you get into if you really spend a lot of time overthinking that, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
It's best to leave that
it
shit
just
go.
like I said, I just felt like wasn't what I would have done. Well, none of it actually is what I would have done, but
well, that too, right?
But I mean, whatever. But anyway, not to take away from the awesomeness of the quote you said, because that was awesome.
I don't even remember what I said now.
Just walk away.
Just walk away, and I spare you lives.
Yeah. Again, you have forced me to unleash my dogs of war.
Exactly. He sounds like he would have been a fun guy at a party, eh?
Right. Like the back of his head was all burned up and veiny.
Yeah.
Little bitty wisps of hair here and there, and just like veins and stuff. Like, I don't know. Just walk away, and you can leave with your lives.
Yeah. It was a good movie. I like that movie a lot.
It was. You got give him nothing, and the one guy runs out and just knocks him out with a headbutt. Blah.
Yeah.
Again. And the guy who played the war dog was in
Yes, he was. He was absolutely in Weird Science
as himself.
Can we just keep this between ourselves? I wouldn't want to lose my job as a teacher.
Right. And the one lady on the back of the bike, you have a very nice home. A very beautiful home or something.
Very beautiful home.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Yeah, I don't want to lose my job as a teacher.
Yeah, that's the dude from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, the really weird looking bald dude.
Yeah. Who apparently was like a super nice guy.
I imagine he would be, like the dude from Young Frankenstein. Igor. I bet you he was probably a nice guy, just.
Oh, Matt, what was his name? That guy was famous, dude. That guy was like an old school comedian.
Right. And when you look like that, you probably want to be pretty nice.
Well, he was putting on that face for Young Frankenstein. Like he was like, he was playing it up.
Yeah. With the weird, like wandering eye and everything.
Yeah, he wasn't actually that hideous in the real world, I'm sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
He was really funny, though. And he welcomes Franken. He's like, welcome back, Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein. He's like, it's Frankenstein. Okay, call me Igor. And Frau Bluga.
So, you know that bit with Gene Hackman as the blind man?
Yeah.
And he keeps like just hurting him with the food and the fire and all that. Apparently that bit at the end. Yeah, at the end when he says, I was going to make espresso. Apparently that was an improvised line he did and it made Mel Brooks laugh. So
yeah.
Apparently Marty Feldman, that was the guy's name.
Marty Feldman.
Apparently though, Hackman really, really wanted to be in the movie and he was good friends with Peter who's the guy who played the Frankenstein?
Gene Wilder?
No, the monster. Who played the monster?
Oh, damn.
Anyway, apparently he and Eugene Levy, not Eugene, Jesus, got me over the map. He and Gene Hackman were good buddies. And so he begged him to get him into the movie. And because he wanted to be taken, he's like, I don't want to be taken too seriously as an actor. Everybody's typecast me for these dark roles. I want to do something fun. So if I do this, maybe I'll have a chance. And he's like, all right, I'll talk to Mel and see what we can do. And he got to be the blind guy.
That guy's name. He played the dad in Everyone Loves Raymond or whatever.
Yeah. What is that? Peter something.
Yeah, he was like in a lot of stuff. I've never been really good at keeping track of like movie stars' names though, so
Yeah.
you know, it's like
I hear you.
it is what it is, but yeah, that's a good story though, and I'm glad that Mel Brooks decided to cut the guy a break because you are right. Other than that, what else is that guy in? He's
Hackman's
the
been nothing
captain on
but
the
serious shit.
submarine, and they're
Yeah.
fighting about whether to nuke Russia or not with Denzel Washington. He's in the Clint Eastwood movie where he's the sheriff.
Oh, Unforgiven. Yeah, he's also
Like
like he's
Gene
in
Hackman, he is
he's
like
in
always
the Conversation, The French Connection. Like he's in so many movies where he's playing a serious guy. You know.
right. He's always like the serious action tough guy. And that's a movie where he got to be like, he kept spilling this. Would you like some soup? Like done it right on his lap.
Yeah.
So funny. So
Cigars.
funny. Yeah, and like lighting his finger on fire.
Fuck. Yeah. Crazy shit.
Yeah, he's playing with the little girl and they're doing seesaw and he like oh man.
What the fuck was his name? Hang on, look that up. Young Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein. It was Peter Boyle.
Yeah.
There it is. Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder, Marty Feldman, Peter Boyle, Terry Garr, Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn. Yeah.
May she rest in peace.
He was my boyfriend.
Madeline Kahn was good in so many things, but the thing she is best in for me until the end of time was Clue. She was so good in Clue. I hated her so much. It was like fire, flames on the side of my head. Just the way she does that scene. Or when they're reenacting the death scene and fucking Christopher Lloyd puts her leg up and basically mounts her on the couch as like a pantomime. She just when she goes, "Get off me!" She's so fucking good, that actress. It's a shame she died young.
Oh man.
Hey Vic, what's up? Drop the link so Vic can come on here.
Reprobate. You're a reprobate, Vic.
You're the reprobate.
Stock and Stern. That's a different thing, though. That's
I'm tired of playing the game.
Oh yeah.
Let's face it, I'm pooped.
When she's complaining about how much her vagina hurts or something.
Yeah. They're always coming and going. It's just like,
oh my god.
Mel Brooks, man, made some funny shit back in the day.
Yeah. My favorite Mel Brooks movie is The Producers, the original with Gene Wilder.
I like both.
I like both. I didn't mean to say I didn't like both.
No, but you have a preference. Yeah.
Gene Wilder, I mean, is so hilarious in that movie.
Well,
and
like
Zero Mostel was really good.
He wasn't supposed to be in Blazing Saddles, by the way.
Gene Wilder wasn't?
No, they had hired this fucking cowboy actor who was like a famous cowboy actor from the 50s and 60s or something like that. I can't remember his name. And he was so drunk every day, they were just like, fuck it, we can't do this. And they fired him. And then Mel called up Gene. He's like, please, I need you. And she's like, I'm not a cowboy. And he's like, you were in Frisco, kid. You could do this. And he's like, I wasn't a cowboy then either. He's like, come on.
Come on.
Like, all right.
So you're pretty fast in the draw, aren't you? They say. And he's like, you see that?
Yep. What's the line that he fucking improvised that killed them all? When it's him and the sheriff talking, and he has that line, and he adds a line at the end of it. It was improv, and apparently just killed everybody on set.
I don't know. I do know that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder was a horror movie. That was definitely not a kid's movie. Like when they're going through the tunnel on the boat, and he's like, There's no way of knowing which way the wind is blowing. Is the deadly reaper,
Yeah.
you know,
Never
whatever.
seen it.
It's like, holy shit, this stuff got really, really wild, really quick, you know? Freaking
Yeah, it was that thing where he does the whole thing where he's doing the talk about the people. And he says, you got to remember that these aren't just simple farmers. These are people of the land, the common clay of the New West. And then Gene Wilder improv, you know, morons. Totally improvised line. Fucking brilliant. Anyway, it's getting late. I gotta go. I gotta get back to focusing on this, otherwise I'm gonna lose my day. Thank you. It was fun hanging out. But I gotta
and I'm gonna take off then too.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
Bye all.
Bye everyone.